climate activists support the trade union struggle? I mean, and why should we even do it? Like, if it's not about climate change, if it's not so obviously directly about climate change. So first and foremost, as people who are passionate about social justice more broadly, climate activists have a duty of care, I would say, an obligation even, to show solidarity with these striking workers. And the common enemy has never been so, like, obviously clear. But it has to be authentic, because first impressions are so powerful, and we run the risk, if it's not authentic, of being hijacky and opportunistic and insensitive, and it's really insulting. You know, recently a co-founder of XR, and I won't name who it is, but you'll be able to find it anyway if you're interested, attended an RMT picket line, and she rocked up with a professional photographer, stood behind an XR trade unionist banner, and just treated it as a photo opportunity, and barely spoke to anyone on the picket line. And that was despite senior members of the RMT being there. At first, I thought, oh, that's nice, you know, it's progress. A co-founder of XR is on a picket line. And then I thought, actually, that's exactly the opposite of how we ought to be going about it. And it provides us with a prime example of how disastrously bad the climate movement is at understanding class struggle and class politics. And it's just lack of class awareness. Yeah, it's now like kind of triggering me, and I feel like I need to have words with this person, but yeah, it came across as like, it would have definitely come across to those workers in the union as opportunistic, insulting, and lacking any kind of real desire whatsoever to build the deep, authentic mass culture of real solidarity that we need, especially when we're up against what we're up against. You know, it's not just a numbers game. We don't really know what the social tipping point is. We have to be there in authentic solidarity and put their struggle first, helping them to communicate their message with the general public, not speaking on their behalf or turning up because, you know, they might turn up to our thing in response. And everyone, you don't have to be clever, everyone can recognise opportunism when they see it. But positively overall, there has been a recent upsurge in climate activists on picket lines, and it's great to see. It just needs to be more carefully considered. And yeah, again, authentic and not just based on this numbers game. So yeah, we've been out in support of the rail workers, the recently sacked P&O workers, bus drivers, postal workers, hospital security staff at Great Ormond Street Hospital, but perhaps most poignantly, striking workers at Fawley Oil Refinery in Southampton. And we're always looking for opportunities to support striking oil workers. There was an opportunity recently which kind of, you know, fell on its arse a little bit. There was some rumours that there was going to be a wildcat strike at Grangemouth Refinery in Scotland. It didn't happen, unfortunately. But it was an amazing experience. We rocked up, we got out of our vehicles, we unravelled an XR banner to 100 oil workers, and you can kind of imagine how that initially went down. They were like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, you know, some hippies are here to stop us doing our jobs again. But we were just there to support them. We were there to stand against ExxonMobil for its exploitation of people for their labour. It just so happens that ExxonMobil is also very exploitative of the planet for its finite resources. And, you know, the actual situation there was that ExxonMobil was only offering a 2% pay rise to these workers, despite inflation at that time being at 9%. And once this was communicated, we had some like solidarity leaflets, and one of our reps gave a speech over mic. It was all hunky dory, and we took some samba players there, and they were doing like football chants and whatnot, and it was like a kind of like a real party atmosphere, and it was a beautiful moment of rare solidarity. And this is the rare kind of solidarity that we need. We need to be building unity despite all sorts of differences and disagreements, and often it's worth saying that often these divisions between us are fabricated by media propaganda anyway, like division tactics. And it's this kind of unity that we need to rediscover. We need to open our hearts a bit more, we need to open our minds a bit more, we need to relinquish our egos and our attachment to certain groups, ideas, whatever. And we need to rediscover it with great determination and courage, because the bottom line is, if we don't, we are done for. Like, if we can't come together en masse across all these divisions and differences, we are done for, and we're done for 100,000 years. And we absolutely can. We can absolutely do this. It's totally doable. It is against all odds, but we can do it. There is a livable future. That is feasible. The money's there. The political will isn't. It's up to us now, and a future whereby we can all work together for the benefit of our species and for others. We just need to stop asking for it, get past all these divisions, get out of our echo chambers, and force the change to happen. Thank you.
Thank you.